Good evening. A Hubigo's return. Concern is writ plain on Revolja's face. Revolja. The branch bearers have settled in nicely. Those pesky bugs are gone, and our next harvest is well on its way. Only local beasts have been encroaching upon Golma recently, threatening our workers and trampling our crops. We've taken immediate action, of course. I asked Gotolja if he could develop some kind of repellent, like the two of you once did for wild wyvers. I was just about to go and pick up the prototype. Since you're here, why don't you come along? Alright. Revolja. Gotolja has been of incredible help. Not only does he manufacture our gardening equipment, he even fashions research tools for Angier. Gotolja. Evray. Now this is a pleasant surprise. You look well. I reworked the old smoke bombs into traps that issue smoke for an extended period, allowing ample time for our farmers to flee if necessary. But these are only a stopgap. Able-bodied fighters patrolling the area would do a far better job for security, if you ask me. Revolja. That may be so, but we can't spare any of our workers. We may have to try recruiting Mamoolja who moved to Tuliolal, like me. Since you've got a knack for convincing people, I'd like you to join me. My first stop will be to Exaltation, so stop by when you have a moment. Gotolja. Off he goes. He's always been earnest, that one. It's just a matter of conveying his thoughts coherently to others. Yes. Convivial civilian. I'm relieved to see you hale and whole. When you said you were returning to Mamook, I didn't know what to think. Revolja. Ah, you're here. I was just catching up with an old friend. In fact, he was kind enough to direct me to Mirilja, a fellow expatriate from Mamook. Normally, Mirilja works as a bodyguard, but as luck would have it, he's relaxing by Downripple tonight. Let's go and find him. Convivial civilian. Mirilja should be somewhere near Downripple. Take care of Revolja, won't you? Alright. Revolja. This is Mirilja, one of the finest fighters I know. I hope he'll hear us out. Mirilja. Well, well, aren't I popular today? Wait, I know you. You're the Dawn Servant's right-hand man. Revolja. Even you, Mirilja? I had no idea Evray was such a celebrity. Mirilja. Celebrity doesn't begin to describe it. At least, not among us mercenary types. To become a fighter like Evray Ornstein, recognized by the Vow of Resolve herself, is a dream for no few of us. So, to what do I owe this honor? Revolja, I thought you'd gone back to Mamook. Revolja. I have, and I want you to return with me. Mirilja. Don't take this the wrong way, but even if Mamook has changed, I still prefer the freedom of Tuliolal to that dismal forest. Besides which, you can eat here. Truly eat. The jewel just doesn't compare to what the city can offer. Revolja. But that's the whole point. We have more vegetables than ever, and we're still planning to add more. Mirilja. We're talking about Mamook, yes? Volja. Aren't we? What will you say? Maybe start at the beginning, Revolja. Did you mention the Gainery? Start at the beginning, man. Revolja. Oh, that's right. He doesn't know yet. Let me explain. Mirilja. Well, color me impressed. A Mamook that not only grows something other than a jewel, but works with outsiders to do so. Revolja. Exactly. We need to protect what we've worked so hard to build. Won't you help us? Mirilja. Fine. Since you're this invested, I'll go and give it a look. But if I'm forced to eat even a single jewel, I'm out of there. Revolja. Haha. Fair enough. Golma is a sight to behold, though. You won't regret this. Banana. Imagine not liking bananas. I guess if that's all you ever ate, you get bored of it. Revolja. Some of our crops are still young, but to have this much variety thriving so vigorously, that's a wellspring of hope. Mirilja. By the gods, there isn't a jewel in sight. Now I understand your excitement. This is an unprecedented achievement for Mamook. Revolja. Isn't it? We need to shore up our defenses, and that's where you come in. What do your eyes see that mine don't? Mirilja. A weak fence for starters. You have supplies and tools to reinforce them, I hope. Revolja. The tools I'll take care of, and Evray is as good a gatherer as you'll find. Any supplies we need, he'll procure. Mirilja. Then I'd have you bring us soft limestone for the new barriers. You should be able to find some around ankle deep. Revolja. We'll apprise Angier of our plan. Once you have the supplies, you can deliver them directly to her. We're counting on you. Oh, goody. Ankle deep, huh? Oh. Hello there. Engir, welcome back. I understand we're reinforcing our fences. Soft limestone. Malleable rock, ideal for crafting barriers. Lovely. I believe this is precisely what Revolged described. I hope a sturdy wall will solve our problems. Ooh, reinforcements, nice. Whoa, green. Engir. I'm surprised by how many of Murielja's associates hearken to his call. Thanks to their patrols, our granary feels safer than ever. Beasts should no longer trouble us, and come harvest time, we should have more than enough people to lend a hand. I'll admit, the glow of our yield surprised me at first. But closer inspection revealed that these plants mirror nodule in their reaction to the etheric environment. Their appearance has no negative effect on nutrients, nor palatability. More Mamool expatriates have now gathered in Golma to protect its precious bounty. Given the regularity of harvests, a space has been allocated for the trade of fresh produce. This can only bode well for the Mamoolja and their dietary repertoire. Respect. Volja, thank you for coming with me to convince Murielja. I have higher hopes than ever. Now that we have more manpower, I'll have to think up what else can be done for the granary. Alright, let me see what Engir has to say. That's different. And gear. I'm impressed by the Hubigo Patrol's eagerness to drive off errant beasts and assist in the Gainery's labor-intensive needs. I can hardly carry anything heavier than research texts, so I often find myself relying upon their kindness. I must think of a suitable way to show my thanks. Yes. Kagilja. Alright, what do we got? Oh, I think all of these are new. Cool. Building a better smoke bomb. Kagilja is looking to manufacture more smoke bombs. Kagilja. Even when people are at odds, talking out a solution is at least a possibility. Unfortunately, the wild creatures which seek to ravage our crops are not so open to reason. We have to be more inventive, which is why we're embracing the use of Gotolja's smoke bombs. You're familiar with them, yes? The plan is to further improve upon the design and make them in large quantities. As the ingredients in question require a delicate touch, however, I was hoping to call upon you and your steady hands to procure them. One of the main materials, tungsten powder, can be mined near ankle deep. We'll use it to add an explosive pop to our smoke bombs. Remedies at the ready. Kagilja needs you to procure medicinal ingredients. Kagilja. In recent days, we've had a steady drip of locals returning to Mamool from Tuliolol and across the Salt. The former mercenaries among them have been eager to take up posts as Gainery guards, but even the best suffer minor wounds during their tussles with encroaching wildlife. In order to treat these injuries and ailments, I'd like to keep a good stock of healing medicines on hand. Yaktel moss is always a useful ingredient. I would appreciate whatever you can bring me from the vicinity of Cenote Neozote. A welcoming fragrance. Kagilja seeks your aid in further improving Gok Golma. Kagilja. Things around here have become so much busier than when we began, eh, Evre? Even the Brethren of Braj have been known to stop by and stay a while. It's proven a great spot for them to interact with our customers from Mamool. Which is why I want to go one step further and make of the Gainery a place where everyone can feel welcomed and relaxed. To that end, I spoke with one of our visitors and learned that the Jabral use a pleasing aroma to create a restful atmosphere. Should you happen to be in the area, I'm told you can find deposits of aromatic salt north of the dirigible landing. A few pinches should be enough for us to create a welcoming fragrance. Okay. I'm gonna travel pretty far for these ones. Kikilja. Any trouble collecting the smoke bomb ingredients? Tungsten powder. Oops. This metallic dust causes fire sand to ignite with an explosive pop. Yes, everything seems to be intact. The care you take with transporting these volatile materials is always appreciated. Word from good soldiers is that we'll be making our new smoke bombs much more compact than the ones you used. Much more compact than the ones you used to scare off the rampaging wyverns. While perhaps not as accomplished as you, we have a growing number of our brethren venturing. Goddamn, I'm dyslexic. We have a growing number of our brethren venturing out to gather resources for the granary. Having these improved bombs on hand means they can brave even the most fiend-infested depths of the forest and return unscathed. A brilliant invention that helps to preserve lives and our way of life. Hello, Everett. Did you find the ingredients we're looking for? Yoctel moss. When crushed into a paste, this moss serves as the base ingredient for an effective healing ointment. Yes, this is exactly what we need. Thank you for going to the trouble. Getting to some of these cenotes can be a journey in itself. It's said that the traditional medicines made from these ingredients are the same as those handed out to soldiers during our war with the Gibral. In those days, it was the duty of those unsuited to battle to gather the necessary materials. That time has passed, thankfully, but the healing remedies still prove as effective as ever. I may call on you again if our stock of ingredients runs low. Can I assume you've brought our aromatic ingredients? Aromatic salt, a naturally occurring salt infused with pleasant-smelling vegetable oils. I thought as much. I smelled such a pleasant scent as you approached. Does that mean both Gibral and Mamoolja are fond of similar smells? We spent so many years in conflict over our differences, but I wonder what else we might have in common. Appreciating a calming fragrance is something I'd never considered until the brethren began their visits. Each of our cultures has much to learn from the other. The Hubigo Patrol has also been assisting with our Najul. We've been so short-handed recently that the extra help is invaluable. Alright, let's buy some goods. Alright, we have the orchestrion roll and the mounts. Cool, I can afford both. Alright, orchestrion rolls, home at heart. Unfortunately, I don't have a home in which to preview it. But I can preview the mount. Branch bearer horn. A curved horn that, when blown, emits a verdant tone that brings a branch bearer gliding to your side. Branch bearer. Summon forth your branch bearer. If it looks like a bird, flies like a bird, and cries like a bird, then it could be a predatorial seedkin disguised as a bird. Branch bearer. The branch bearer is employed as a companion plant in Golma, where it protects crops by deterring pests with its etheric emissions. In the past, the species was so aggressive that it was known to actively hunt animals for sustenance. But the Dopro people have succeeded in their domestication. Truly, a more effective deterrent I could not imagine. said Alpha No. One of my favorite characters. Alright. That'll do it. Let's see. When's the next one? Oh yeah. That'll take a fair number of days. Okay. Until next time. Thank you for watching. Farewell.